Okay, so moving along here, we're now going to look at recent Mande arts, in particular in Iawagala and their work. The tombs and cities of ancient empires have not yet provided us with documented examples of sculpture in metal or wood, and we have little information on the role of art and artists in the past centuries. Today, sculpture in iron and wood in Mande-speaking regions is created largely by male blacksmiths, and then the women are creating pottery. And they become very specialized in this. As we will see, blacksmiths make a wide array of wood and iron sculptures. However, they are particularly proud of the staffs they forge in iron, and that's what I'm showing you here. These slender metal rods created in secret and shaped with fire are highly charged with meaning. They may serve as the insignia of leaders and provide a spiritual charge for ancestral altars or graves. Staffs surmounted by figures are also placed near sanctuaries and displayed during their initiation or funerals. These staffs receive libations of beer and other sacrificial drinks and warn visitors of the potent forces they represent. And the people that create and use these staffs in general are called Jo, J-O. So this staff in particular here, we see this equestrian image at the top of it, and this alludes to heroism, occult power, and accomplishment of the leader. And again, it would be associated, the people who use the staffs are associated with the Jo. And his broad hands have been compared to crocodile feet. So it's showing his, how powerful he is. The next figure is a female figure, and she is carved out of wood. And she represents quite a few things also. You'll see that she has a child here, and she has this kind of unusual shaped hat. So the figure wears a pointed long hat known as a sorcerer's hat, which symbolizes strength and power. The mother figure is seated on a log, sitting straight up. This seat represents power as well. The breasts are accentuated to represent the developed body of a mother whose breasts sustain enough milk for the child. And the figure, the sculpture represents strength and courage, but also this female figure who is caring and cares for her family and won't let any harm come to them. And we'll see that the blacksmiths who carve these figures out of wood or create the metal staffs or other metal objects are really important in this part of West Africa. So I'm going to stop here. Okay, so next we're looking at the Natamo masks here. So these are masks that are created out of wood, and they are used in preparation of young boys who have yet gone through puberty, and they're learning like the skills of how to become a man. And they're covered with shells, red blood seeds, or shining brass. And this, unfortunately, the head is cut off, but this is a female figure. You can tell from the breasts here. And then this is a male figure she's standing on. The Natamo is, as I said, a tradition the boys go through before they are facing puberty. And the boys have to go through stages that help them become men. In order to do that, the boys have to leave their family and go into a camp where they learn skills about adulthood. For their training, the boys have to wear masks that represent the principles of conduct they are taught. The mask with 4 horns represents principles that refer to femininity. The woman at the top of the mask represents the time when women and men were separated on earth, and a reminder of the lessons taught to them about women. So these are important within this culture. The next thing that we're looking at is a chawara. So this is a chawara that is worn on top of the head during various dancing ceremonies. And they're always a combination of animals. They're not supposed to represent just one animal. So in essence, this kind of made up animal. So here, this one has the curved antelope horns, fragments of horns, and an anteater snout. As in all chawara dances, dance crests, a variety of textures marks each section of the sculpture. So you can see that, like this kind of patterning and this kind of patterning is much different than this kind of patterning. So such headdresses are performed both by age grades, and age grades are like how the boys are divided up really based on puberty, like before puberty, after puberty, these types of things. And they are danced or performed by these boys, but also by professional troupes of dancers that draw on the meaning of them to create different dances at various funerals or festivals.